Poker is a game of skill, but sometimes even perfect play isn't enough. We've seen quad aces lose, straight flushes get crushed, and royal flushes show up when all hope seemed lost. These moments are rare. Some only happen once in a lifetime. But when they do, they remind us why we play, why we watch, and why we never look away. Because at any moment, 5 cards can flip the script completely. So now we ask you, what's the craziest hand you've ever witnessed? And could you have survived the chaos? Some moments in poker feel almost too insane to be real. You know the ones where the odds are astronomical, the stakes are massive, and just when you think you've seen it all, boom, chaos. In this video, we dive into the wildest hands ever played. Moments where quads, straight flushes, and royal flushes didn't just show up, they collided. These are the kinds of hands that leave players stunned, legends humbled, and entire poker rooms frozen in disbelief. You'll witness royal flushes on final tables, straight flushes destroying nut flushes, and even quad aces going down in flames. Some of these hands were so rare, they've only happened once in a lifetime. Others, caught live on stream with raw emotion and jaw-dropping reactions. This isn't just poker, it's poker at its most brutal, its most beautiful, and its most chaotic. So here's the real question. What happens when the strongest hands in poker turn against each other? Chris Moneymaker sits in the big blind with ace-king of clubs. He's facing off against Jason Mercier, a longtime pro with pocket kings and the chip advantage. The chips fly in pre-flop. Moneymaker calls the all-in. He's behind and he knows it. The flop? 10-3 jack. 2 of them clubs. Suddenly the tide turns. Moneymaker now has a royal flush draw and an overcard. Just one perfect card away from poker immortality. The turn, 8 of spades, advantage Mercier. But the river, queen of clubs, royal, flush. From nearly eliminated to fully revived, Moneymaker doesn't just win, he wins in style. It's the kind of card that can make you believe in fate, or at least reconsider folding ace-king suited ever again. In the span of 5 community cards, Moneymaker goes from dead money to living legend, again. Juha Helppi, a calm and calculated high roller from Finland, looks down at ace-king of clubs. He faces a 3-bet from a fellow countryman holding pocket aces. No fear, Helppi calls. The flop? All clubs. Helppi flops the nut flush, but instead of betting, he checks. So does his opponent. The turn brings a 4th club. Still, Helppi checks. So does his opponent again. Then the river falls. Queen of clubs. Helppi doesn't react. He simply bets a tiny amount into a big pot. A please call me kind of bet. He gets called and turns over the ultimate hand, a royal flush. No drama, no celebration, just quiet control from the man who played it slow and got paid. It wasn't flashy, it wasn't loud, but it was surgical. Sometimes the most dangerous hands are the ones hidden behind silence. On a live stream from the Lodge Card Club in Austin, a player known only as Goofy holds Queen 10 of diamonds. The flop gives him 4 cards to a royal. 1 card away, just the jack of diamonds. Most players never see a royal flush in their entire career. On live stream, even less likely. Then the river hits, jack of diamonds. Goofy doesn't flinch, no celebration, no smirk. He simply checks. His opponent, Airball, is drawing dead but doesn't know it. He bets. Goofy calls, calm, clinical, and then flips over the royal flush. The table erupts. Stream chat explodes. The commentator calls it Royale with cheese. It's the first royal flush ever caught on this stream. And Goofy, he treated it like just another Tuesday. In poker, some players panic, others perform. Goofy did both, without blinking once. High stakes, deep stacks, and a 4-bet pot already brewing. Mariano picks up King 10 of diamonds. His opponent, Andy, holds Ace 4, also suited in diamonds. Pre-flop aggression ramps up. The pot grows to $27,000 before the flop even hits. Then the flop comes down. Queen, Jack, 9, all diamonds. Mariano has done it. He flopped a straight flush, Andy, with the ace of diamonds, has the nut flush. He thinks he's ahead. Most would. It checks through. On the turn, Mariano bets small. Andy raises. Mariano just calls, hiding the monster. The river brings a fourth diamond, but no pair. Mariano checks again. Andy bets $120,000. Mariano moves all in. Andy snap calls and is crushed. The pot? $611,000. Andy reveals the ace-high flush. Mariano turns over the stone-cold straight flush. Andy stares in disbelief. This wasn't just a big hand, it was one of the biggest coolers ever caught on camera. In poker, timing is everything. And this time, it was Mariano who walked away smiling. It starts like a standard low-stakes hand. 3 players see a flop. Jim flops a full house. Already a dream scenario. Across the table, driver holds 6-7 of diamonds. On the flop, his hand looks hopeless. But the turn adds hope. And then, the river delivers perfection, 5 of diamonds. Driver now holds a straight flush. Jim, confident with his full house, leads the betting. Driver raises. Fast, confident. The table can feel it. Something wild is happening. Jim doesn't back down. He moves all in. Driver snap calls and flips over the straight flush. Jim looks stunned. He went from dream spot to disaster in seconds. This wasn't a $1 million pot. It wasn't a tournament final table. But it was pure poker chaos. Proof that disaster doesn't care about stakes. Sometimes the scariest hands come from nowhere. Brent Kenny is in trouble. He's all in with ace-queen suited, up against ace-king, dominated, outkicked, just hoping for a miracle. The flop lands 10, jack, 9, 2 spades. He's open-ended and dangerously close to the royal. Turn? Nothing. Then the river falls. King of spades, royal, flush. The table pauses. Brent's tournament life, saved by one of the rarest hands in poker. No one says a word, not right away, because they have just witnessed the kind of hand most players dream about, but never touch. Brent Kenny didn't just survive, he rewrote his story with 5 perfect cards. In the main event of the World Series of Poker, Makoto Mabuchi picks up pocket aces. The flop brings an ace, giving him quads, 4 of a kind. This is the dream, a hand so strong it almost feels invincible. Then Justin Phillips starts firing. The board runs out with 4 to a straight and 3 to a flush. Mabuchi bets, Phillips raises, and Mabuchi shoves. Confident. How could he not? Phillips doesn't hesitate. He calls and flips over a royal flush. The table freezes. The audience gasps. Mabuchi stares down at his quads and realizes he's done. Out of the main event, knocked out by the only hand that could beat him. The odds of this happening? 1 in 2.7 billion. This wasn't just a bad beat. It was the worst beat in televised poker history. Quad aces against a royal flush as your final hand. No bluff, no error. Just the brutal beauty of poker, written in 5 cards. Sometimes you play perfectly and still lose everything. Poker is a game of skill, but sometimes even perfect play isn't enough. We've seen quad aces lose, straight flushes get crushed, and royal flushes show up when all hope seemed lost. These moments are rare, some only happen once in a lifetime. But when they do, they remind us why we play, why we watch, and why we never look away. Because at any moment, 5 cards can flip the script completely. So now we ask you, what's the craziest hand you've ever witnessed? And could you have survived the chaos?